My dearest cousin, I'm so glad to see you. You are right on time. We have visitors, and your advice would be most welcome. Let me introduce you to the emissaries of the Bridge Alliance and the Coin Guard. Quite brazen, isn't it? That they would send us an emissary after having tried to assassinate me.
The commander must have a solid reason.
That's what I hope. Your Excellencies, we're listening.
San Mateus has been sustaining particularly violent assaults. Our soldiers are exhausted. Soon it will be the inhabitants who will pay the price.
And of course, it is on their behalf that you dare to come find me, hmm?
The commander was hoping that, in the face of such a threat, you would forget our past differences.
Oh, how sensitive of him.
Sire, Hikmet is under attack as well. We are almost certain that this is a new maneuver of the islanders. Governor Burren is hoping that you will accept to send him your cousin as well as some troops.
My heart truly bleeds at hearing such tales. However, the size of our troops has greatly reduced after the horrific attempt at a coup. Regarding sending my cousin, he's already very busy undertaking a mission of the utmost importance, without even mentioning the fact that what you describe fills me with fear for his life, which is most precious to me. No. I really don't see how I could be of assistance to you.
Constantine, we cannot remain deaf to the call of our allies. I'm sure I can find time to go and evaluate the situation.
I would love to accompany you, but my people are being wrongfully accused. I am certain of it, and I want to prove it.
Very well, my dear. You know I cannot refuse you anything. But remember how urgent it is for this antidote to be found. We're so close to it now.
Don't worry about it. You know how important this mission is to me.
Well, this audience is coming to an end. Your Excellencies, inform your governors of my cousin's arrival. I hope that you realize how grateful you should be to him.
And of course, you also have the gratitude of the Guard.
I finally managed to enter the sanctuary at the heart of the island, and I was able to talk with Enon Miel Frictamen.
How marvelous! Tell me about it.
The sanctuary is heavily protected. Only a High King can open it.
I remember you saying that Vimbar's death wasn't going to help us. How did you fix this problem?
I had to interfere in the natives' elections and earn the trust of the pretender who seemed to be the best choice.
You really are an outstanding diplomat. My father is an old, bitter man, but he was right about you. Tell me, who did you choose?
Ulan, the king of the village of Vignamri. He's a negotiator and a clever diplomat who supports the presence of the settlers.
I'm certain that you have made the right choice. And then what did you do?
I was able to enter the sanctuary. It was an incredible experience.
It had to be. Oh, how I envy you. Entering the most secret places on this island, talking to a god. What does he look like? Is he some kind of very old and very powerful Donegad?
No. In fact, I spoke to an extremely large tree, as strange as it may sound.
Fascinating. And I thought that gods were always old, bearded men. Did he tell you where the Malachor was coming from? Is it a curse that he cast upon the first settlers?
No. According to him, we are responsible for the emergence of the Malachor. By exploiting the Earth so much, we have poisoned it, and the disease has contaminated us through the water that we drink and the plants that we eat.
Strange, and yet it seems plausible. So, there wouldn't be an antidote?
He says that the Earth can be healed, that his children know how to do it. I suppose he was talking about the Donegada. He also said that by healing the Earth, we would heal those who live on it.
This is a fascinating revelation. It won't be easy for our neighbors to accept it, however. I'm afraid that even my father might receive it with skepticism. Did he tell you anything else?
Yes. Something rather disturbing. He talked about you. He said his existence was in danger because of you.
Really? But that doesn't make any sense. I never hurt anybody on this island. Unlike our neighbors, I have never abducted or tried to convert islanders.
I don't think that's what he was referring to.
Cousin, please, you know me. I have made some mistakes, but I never threatened anybody. The only person who I put in danger is you. And you know how sorry I am about that.
Yes, I do know.
Forget about it, will you? This god manifestly wants us to pay for the sins of our fathers and to have his revenge for the invasion. By sowing the seeds of discord between us, he's probably hoping to weaken us. Do you realize that you have succeeded where everyone else has failed? The whole continent should be thanking you. Is there anything you would like to tell me?
You told me that during the ritual with Katasak, you felt the bond he'd created.
It's true. And it was an incredible feeling. I felt like I was every blade of grass in that remote place. I could see everything, feel everything, and I knew that I could bend the trees to my will.
Do you still feel that way?
Yes, but in a more dull, muffled way. The first time, it was surreal and perfect. In fact, I don't know if there's a word for it.
The first time?
The first time it happened. Now it's as if I've become used to feeling this bond.
I must take my leave.
Take care, and come back soon.
2 hours later.
Constantine.
My dear cousin, I'm always happy to see you. What news do you bring?
We managed to solve the problem of the attacks on San Mateus.
Really? So, what was causing them?
The city and its outposts were continuously being attacked by animals. These beasts were led by a large creature that strangely resembled a mountain guardian.
This is the same creature which High King Vinbar turned into, isn't it?
Exactly. Except it looked sick and it didn't act like the High King did. It was calling the animals around it, and it seemed like it was transferring its disease to them before making them attack. I have never seen anything like it. And there's more. Hikmet was in a similar situation. Do you remember?
Of course. Don't tell me that a Guardian was involved there as well.
Yes. The governor was convinced that the attacks were led by the islanders. And yet they were being attacked as well. And it was by their side that I fought the creature. That time it was a Nardai Glenderman, a beach guardian. But it seemed just as sick. And it was also manipulating the animals to make them aggressive.
So, it would be some kind of epidemic affecting the Guardians. I don't see what we can do about it. Actually, I think you've already done what had to be done, by eliminating those that were threatening our neighbors.
Perhaps. But I'm certain there's more to it than a simple epidemic. These beasts attack in a coordinated fashion, which requires an intelligence that they don't have.
You're exaggerating, dear cousin. The attacks you thought were coordinated may just have been coincidental.
You may be right. But I can't help thinking that someone is behind all this.
Do you really believe that a Denegad would want to take over the island? Cousin, you know how much I respect you, but frankly, this doesn't seem very coherent. But I see it's already quite late. If you will excuse me, dear cousin. Regrettably, I must leave you.
Where are you going?
Not very far, rest assured. But I have a small personal matter to take care of, you see. Don't be concerned. There's absolutely no risk. Use the opportunity to take some rest. You've really performed miracles recently. See you later.
But why would he leave like that? Guard, do you know where my cousin is going?
Sorry, Your Excellency. His Highness didn't tell me anything.
You are one of his bodyguards, aren't you?
I am, Your Excellency. But recently it has been difficult to force His Highness to accept our presence.
Recently? You mean this isn't the first time he's left without an escort?
I'm sorry, Your Excellency,
You better tell me everything.
but Fine. I don't mean to be disrespectful towards him, but His Highness's behavior has been very peculiar recently. He sleeps very little, and goes out alone almost every night.
And it didn't occur to anyone that I should be informed.
Well, His Highness had specifically ordered us not to tell you about it.
And where does he go? I thought the days when he used to go from tavern to tavern were over.
He doesn't go to taverns, Your Excellency. From what I know, he goes outside the city.
Where could he go outside the city?
I've no idea. We saw him going north. That's all I know.
Listen, I understand this matter is putting you in a difficult situation. You were supposed to protect my cousin wherever he went, but he refused and ordered you to keep your mouth shut. But Constantine is not just my governor. He's my cousin. I'm worried about him. He's already been abducted once when leaving the city. So, if you know anything else...
I don't really know where he's going, Your Excellency. But I think I know where you could find out. When he doesn't leave the palace, he stays in his office for hours. He writes so much down in there that he could fill entire books. Here, I have the key. Take it. I hope you find His Highness and manage to make him see reason.
I don't like this at all. What could he be doing outside every night?
He never was very reasonable. But it is true that these walks at night are rather suspicious.
I'm starting to believe that the revelations of Enon Miel Frichtemann had some truth to them. Let's rummage through his papers. We may find a clue.
Sorry. It can't be easy to discover that your cousin has descended into madness. But we can't let him kill these people simply because he's afraid they might have seen him.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this feint! Your armor will no longer protect you!
May the trees on your road always bear fruit!
Thanks. You saved us. These beasts would have torn us to shreds.
These animals were strange, as if they were enraged. Thanks again, Renaigse.
I'm glad I could help you. And perhaps you can do me a favor in return. I'm looking for a young man, a Renaigse, but he looks a bit like an Onol Manawi.
Someone like you?
In some ways. But his marks are different, darker.
He's talking about the crazy Donegad.
Indeed, that might be him. Do you know where to find him?
No, we see him passing by around nightfall, but we don't know where he's going.
He walks along the path, often followed by some beasts.
He has a sinister look in his eyes. He scares me. So, we stay hidden.
And you do well to hide. I think he's the one who sent these animals to attack you. Do you have any idea how I could figure out where he's going?
He could hide in the old house. He would see him passing by and could follow, couldn't he?
You're right. If you take this path to the right, you'll reach an abandoned house. You can hide there. And from up there, you will be able to see the path perfectly.
Thank you. You've been a great help. And stay hidden. You may still be in danger.
Be prudent, Onol Manawi.
I'll leave you alone.
Qua awalem seg.
We can't be seen from the path. Let's wait here to see where Constantine goes.
It's Constantine. With some friends. He must have used this passage. We'd do well to follow him.
Constantine, what are you doing? Cousin! You're here! I would have preferred that you learn all of this another way. To be able to reveal everything to you in better circumstances. But whatever power we earn, there are some things that escape us.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but what are you doing here?
I seem monstrous to you. I am well aware of that. But I promise to explain everything when the moment is right. Then you will understand. You will see. The temptation is so great to share all with you right now. You have done so much for me. You have given me so much. I haven't forgotten, believe me. But I still have more to do. Forgive me and have patience. Hold them back. But do not kill him for anything in the world.
Constantine, come back and explain yourself.
What your cousin did to this Nada is abhorrent. If Katasach had known, she would have let him die.
He's gone mad. It's the only explanation.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! The armor will no longer protect you! off this feint! Let's see if you can ward off this feint! I need healing!
Close to ista, Richnestiri.
Flesh of my earth, help me. You saw him do it, didn't you? You saw him draw from me, steal my children, my guardians, pervert my force.
Yes, but I don't understand.
What he wants, eternity, strength, power. It is what they all want. Those who take without looking beyond themselves. Like all those from the faraway lands.
He wasn't like that. He couldn't care less about all that.
Then it is the sickness, the brevity of his existence that terrified him to the point it changed who he is. You must stop him. Each time that he bonds, he destroys me a little more. And with me, the hope for a cure. And now it's my heart, my most sacred sanctuary that he covets. You must kill him.
That is madness.
The consequence of his folly, yes. Believe me, there is no other solution. Stop him, flesh of my earth, or there will be nothing left to save.
I still can't believe this.
I understand what you feel. I have trouble believing it myself, but Enon Milfrichteman never lies. We need to stop your cousin by any means possible.
We must learn more if we want to understand his plans and prepare against them. This hiding place he was talking about in his notes. We must find it.
Don't forget, he has a personal guard. He's bound to have warned them against us after what happened.
You're right. We should be careful.
And we're gonna need an army. Alone against all of these creatures, we'll be no match for them.
The natives will follow us. What do you think about the Nords?
I would like to answer you myself, but alas, I cannot. The question will have to be asked to the Admiral.
I'm truly disgusted at the idea of asking for help from that viper Torsten. But his men would be useful. And we could of course go and find Governor Buren. What an absurd project. On the continent they would brand us crazy, but not here. On an island where everything is possible, and all folly is accepted. Let us go. We need to put an end to all of this. Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, and to what do I owe this honor?
I have come to solicit your help and to propose we forge an alliance.
An alliance? Against whom?
You remember, no doubt, the attacks that fell upon Hikmet, but also San Mateus, and against the natives.
Of course. You told me that different Guardians sent the beasts.
Precisely. And the Guardians were manipulated by someone. I discovered who it was. This revelation will not please you, but I have no choice but to tell you. It is Constantine.
Surely you jest. What is the meaning of this? Do you know how many men have died during these attacks?
Allow me to continue, I beg you. My cousin's sickness shook him to the core. Then, there was a ritual and his capture. And Constantine has fallen into madness. He has been increasing these rituals in order to link himself to the island, to gain power and manipulate its creatures. He is fighting a war against everyone, and it now appears he wants to take control of Tirfridi. He is preparing to attack the volcano sanctuary, and I need help to stop him. It is in the name of the congregation that I come to see you. Constantine betrayed us as well.
That's madness. It is complete madness. All of this superstitious nonsense. These absurd theories. I believed you sincere, Desade. Which does not mean that I believe you now. But no matter. You are in need of men to stop your cousin who has already attacked us.
Indeed. And I will ask for the support of all the other forces on the island. We need to unite in order to vanquish him or be drowned one by one.
Let us be clear. I don't believe for an instant that this story has a link to the island or whatever foolishness, but I do trust you. You have rendered us valuable services and have supported us. And since we cannot allow the crimes of your cousin to go unpunished, we will stand beside you.
Thank you, Excellency, thank you. You have improved our chances of success tenfold. I have to go. Look forward to seeing you again.
Farewell, my lord.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Nothing good, I fear. I have come to ask for your help in stopping my cousin.
Your cousin? The leader of New Serene? The one who was ill and disappeared?
Yes. Katasak had him undergo a ritual that bound him to the island in order to cure him. But the power he acquired from it made him thirst for even more power, and he turned on his allies. He intends to attack the sanctuary of Dorhat Genadu.
I understand now who Enon Milfrichtiman was talking about.
We need to stop him. And we will only succeed by gathering all the people who have settled on this island. I already managed to convince some people, so we will not be alone in battle. In the face of such danger, the grudges of old must be cast aside. We must all become allies.
You know how important peace is to me. And my duty as a High King is to answer the call of Enon Milfrichtiman. We will fight alongside you, Karans. I am no fighter, but our best war chief, Deirdre, will be leading our warriors. I would be honored if you would take this weapon with you, as a token of my friendship. May the volcano give you its strength and fury. Good luck, Karans.
Thank you, Ulan.
Anything else?
Nothing. I must go. Hello, Glendan.
Birt Tirto Madon Olmenawi. What can I do for you?
To tell you that men are going to come all the way to the sanctuary. Some Renaigse.
I thank you for coming to warn me in person. But our High King has already spoken to me. I am disgusted to welcome warriors of the faraway island. But the decision is not mine. And in truth, we do not have the choice, do we?
No. It is all of Tirfredi and Enonmil Frichtamen that's in danger. We have need of every able warrior to protect them. You need to prepare yourself as well. I fear that you will not be spared.
We will fight, have no doubts. Because such is our duty and our will. These are our lands that are attacked.
I have no doubt. Good luck, Glendan.
May the rocks give you their toughness. You shall need it more than everyone else. Can I do anything else for you?
I must leave. Goodbye.
Qua awelam seg.
It's you, Mon. We'll make it for you.
The cave that Constantine indicated in his note shouldn't be very far.
Let's be careful. You probably put some guards at the entrance. Bit of poison on my blade. Let's go!
Close to is Rechnestiri.
Poison on my blade. And let's go!
Your armor will no longer protect you. Let's see if you can ward off this fate. I need healing.
Constantine has marked several places on this map. I recognize some of them. They are sacred places for the natives, places of connection. This place, This journal. My poor Constantine, you have completely lost your mind. What are you hoping to achieve with these rituals?
No Donegad has ever done such a thing. It goes against the balance that we are defending. Enon Mirfrichtemann was right. Your cousin wants power. He is feeding from the strength of Tyr Fredi.
So much so that he's threatening Enon Mirfrichtemann himself. He wants to take his place. To think he's been plotting this absurd plan for weeks. He even used us to achieve it. The intruder in the sanctuary was certainly sent by him, to scout the place. We'll need to gather allies if we're going to stop him. But we will also have to weaken him and break apart the bonds that he's established.
In that case, it would be best to go see Duncus. After all, he did say that his clan knew how to heal the earth, didn't he? And Merv is a bit too hostile.
You're right. Let's go and find him.
What brings you here on Almanawi?
I need your help. You may have heard about the strange guardians who are leading the animals to attack everyone.
Yes, Darren of the Donea Exregao sent me a messenger to tell me about it.
It is the work of my cousin. He completed the bonding ritual in several places on the island. Every time he bonds himself, he becomes more powerful, transforms the guardians and sends them to attack his enemies.
And he weakens the island and threatens us all. Katasach and Evosh should never have bonded him. His spirit is not in balance. The only thing he does is take and take again. He will eventually devour everything.
Enon Mirfrichtemann did warn me that he would now turn his attention to the heart of the island.
What are you planning on doing, and how may I help?
We're gathering our allies. But if we want to stop him, we'll have to weaken him.
And break some of his bonds. I see. I will have to talk about this with the rest of the Donegada, and hope that they will answer my call. But in the meantime, the Beraignodas will accomplish their duty. However, we will need your help.
What can I do?
During the ritual, the one who is bonding himself spills some of his blood near the base of a stone. And this blood summons a guardian. The guardian lifts the stone so that it may serve as an anchor point for the bond. The only way to break this bond is to have a guardian topple the stone. We will be able to do it, but these rituals take a long time. Too long to be done quickly. So, in the meantime, you must prevent your cousin from drawing magic from the place. Here, take these seeds and plant them at the bottom of your cousin's bonding stones. These plants grow very fast, and their roots will prevent him from drawing the strength of Tifradi. However, you must be careful. Because the guardians corrupted by him will come to defend the stones.
Thank you, Dunkus.
And thank you for wanting to stop your cousin. Don't worry. I will send my people to finish the work of the plants I have given you.
I must admit that I expected Dunkus to be more angered when he learned what Constantine had done.
He's a sage amongst sages, even amongst the Donegada. Enon Mil Frichterman speaks in his ear. I think he already knew what was happening, even before we came to see him.
I almost regret not choosing him to become High King.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! We can access the stone now, and plant Lucas's seed. Look! The plant seems to be growing extremely fast. The Donegada of Dunkus's clan are sure to be here soon to finish breaking the bond. See if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate!
It's dead. Now let's plant the seed Duncus gave us at the base of the raised stone. Look! The plant seems to be growing extremely fast. The Donigarda of Duncus's clan are sure to be here soon to finish breaking the bond.
How are you feeling, my child? What you are about to do is difficult.
Don't make it harder than it has to be, Petrus. Fighting against your cousin isn't pleasant, but it's the only logical thing to do.
A nicer way of saying he has no choice.
Indeed. I must stop Constantine, regardless of what it may cost me. Not only to obtain an antidote to the Malachor, but also to save this island.
I have learned many things by your side, and thanks to you, I was able to give my mother back to the earth. I won't forget this. And this is my land, my people. I will be by your side. You will not go through this ordeal alone.
We will all be with you. After all, this concerns all of us, doesn't it?
Naturally.
We will be by your side to support you both physically and spiritually.
Thank you. You have been precious allies, and you are proving once more the value of your friendship. Now let's go. It'll be a shame if we arrive too late.
The entrance to the sanctuary has been forced. A fight took place here.
Constantine managed to get through. Let's hurry.
Your Excellency, I'm glad to see you. We were starting to lose hope. Your cousin already passed through here with a horde of creatures by his side. We couldn't stop him. And beasts keep coming. I don't know how long we can sustain this position, but I thought it would be better to hold the front line here, in case you want to chase him.
Thank you. You did well. I'll do everything in my power to catch him and stop him from carrying out his plan. Keep holding on as long as you can. I need to be able to reach him.
Wait! There's a group of creatures coming.
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
I hope you are
Let's
ready
see
to
if you
be
can ward
used.
off this fate!
Come on, then!
You're having second thoughts.
I hope you are ready to
Come
be
on, then!
humiliated.
You're having second thoughts.
Come on, then, our enemies!
Come on,
having second thoughts? Come on then, cowards. Make the shadow engulf our enemies. Come on then, cowards.
I'll stay here. They'll need my help to stop these creatures.
Are you sure that you want to do this?
If I can give you just a few more minutes, at least it's something. So yes, I'm sure.
Your help will be very precious to us, and we are honored to have the opportunity to fight by your side.
Go now and stop your cousin. I don't want to be doing this for nothing.
In that case, thank you. And good luck.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Bit of poison on my blade.
Then let's go!
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
May the shadow engulf our enemies. May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
May the shadow engulf our enemies. May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Your armor will no longer protect you.
There you are. I was starting to think that we would die here for nothing. Your cousin just passed through here with a horde of beasts, and he keeps sending us more.
We won't hold very long. We're not used to fighting creatures like these.
We are, and we will hold long enough for you to reach the heart, even if we must die in the process. But you must chase him. You must prevent him from performing the ritual at all costs. If Enon Milfrichtimen dies, we're all doomed.
I'm well aware of that, believe me. But here come some more beasts. To arms!
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Bit of poison on my blade.
Then let's go!
Come on!
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Bit of poison on my blade.
Then let's go!
I'm wounded. I need help.
So for grit, damn it!
Wait. I'll stay with my people.
And I'll stay with her. One blade more can't hurt.
We need to prevent the beasts from following your tracks.
Yeah, we could use some help here, to be honest.
I wouldn't have put it that way, but the Moridigan isn't wrong.
You see? Over and done.
You should go now. And may the volcano give you its strength.
Well, good luck.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. May the shadow engulf our enemies. engulf our enemies! I am wounded! May the enlightened come to my help! May the enlightened protect me in this battle! May the shadow engulf our enemies! 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 Your magic is running out! Take a potion! May the shadow engulf our enemies! May the shadow
This time it's my turn. It's up to me to stop the last wave of creatures.
I knew you'd say that, but I hoped I was mistaken.
Constantine thinks of you with a lot of affection, despite his madness. You are more likely to convince him than I am. My role is here. Go, go, my child. I pray for your success.
Thank you, Petrus. Be careful. Constantine! Restrain him!
I do not desire your death. I'm sorry.
Why? Why have you done this?
But for you. For us. So that we may live free at last.
This makes no sense. Constantine, it's madness.
You don't understand because you're still attached to the old world. This old, dying world which, to survive, has betrayed, used, and manipulated us and would not have hesitated to kill us.
Perhaps, but
I've seen death, cousin. And I understood the vanity of it all. My father's ruses just so he could earn more power. The political bowing and scraping to preserve corrupted nations. I have been offered unrivaled power, allowing me to get rid of this. To send the old world back to its inevitable death and to build something new here. Something unique. And this new world is my gift to you. You and I could be its new gods, the immortal and benevolent monarchs.
He himself is the incarnation of the old world he is speaking of. He has its vices and its poison. For his own immortality, he's prepared to destroy everything around him, to break millennia of cycles. I implore you, flesh of my land, think of all the lives that will come to an end to feed his pride.
Don't listen to this old god. He's like all the others, after all, clinging to life. All you have to do is to bind yourself here, with me. And we will be gods together, forever. Come. Oh, what a shame.
Good night, sweet prince.
After the fall of Constantine, things went back to the way they were. The settlers kept flowing in, and the influence of the old nations on the island increased. It relegated the natives to small enclaves around their villages. The Malachor devastated everything, and eventually even appeared on Tir Fredi. Those who bravely fought at Dor Had Genadu were celebrated everywhere. After all, if it weren't for this unlikely alliance, the island would have fallen into Constantine's greedy hands. Siora obtained the title of Marl of the Red Spears alongside her twin. She leads them with wisdom, but often reunites with the one she still calls her Karants. Afra set aside her weapons and went back to her research on the native culture and flora of the island. It is said that she is even writing a book with the help of Dunkas's clan when not visiting her friends. For his bravery, Vasco was awarded the rank of commander. He now travels the sea at the head of a whole fleet, but he often comes back to visit his brother-in-arms. Petrus's ambitions have finally been fulfilled. He obtained the much-coveted title of Cardinal. Despite the responsibilities implied by such a title, he still sometimes visits the one he calls his child. These precious friendships allowed my student to slowly forget Kurt's treason, even though he still feels bitter about it at times. Under Ulan's authority, the face of the island changed. New mines, fields, and sawmills appeared. Cities became larger. All of this contributed to the wealth and power of the Sisag-Names clan, at the expense of the others. Her friendship with the Renaigse helped Deirdre to overcome her reticence. She willfully accepted to follow the orders of her new High King. Thanks to the help Dunkas's clan received, it continued on its mission to heal the Earth. It attracted many young islanders who were eager to learn. Following the investigations revealing the horrifying practices of Dr. Asili, the Alliance changed their methods and even appointed an ethics council to oversee the work of its scholars. The public revelations of St. Matthias's life led to a deep change in Teleme. The Ordo Luminis was dismantled for good, and the missionaries' purpose is now to establish dialogue rather than conversion. Aware that their culture of secrets would lead them to their demise, the Nords changed their methods. They welcomed numerous new recruits amongst them, notably natives. Already weakened on the continent, the Guard had trouble staying in control of San Mateus. At first, the religious population of the city rejected the authority of their commander, but due to its significant distance from Teleme, they eventually accepted it. Despite the negative influence of some shady members in their midst,